Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to take care of our level 35 fishing quest. Hello there, Sissipu. What do you have for me today? Sissipu would send you to Thanalin and to aid Toctix once more. Your goblin-friendly friend was looking for you earlier. He was hoping you'd make his fishiest fantasies come true. He recalled the dish that tickled his fancy some years ago and now needs you to procure the necessary fish for him. This desert catfish, as it is apparently called, is indigenous to, and this is the truly mind-boggling part, the desert of all places. Toctix spoke of a trapper named Ugoramuli who'd fished one out of the Forgotten Springs in the southern reaches of Thanalin. If you want that catfish, you'd best go and speak with her. Alright then, a fish native to the desert. How interesting indeed. Then I will go ahead and meet you over at Forgotten Springs. Before making our way all the way over to the Forgotten Springs, I'm stopping over here at the shops in Ul'dah so we can go ahead and stock up on bait once more. Just to make sure we're fully stocked on everything. I don't necessarily need the high-end baits, but always good to be prepared. You never know what we're actually going to start running into. So let's just make sure we have 99 of every bait, and then we can continue on to the Forgotten Springs down in South Thanalin. Catafly larva we could make use of starting now since we are high enough level for it. And balloon bug. Oh, wait, no, hold on, that's a lure. We do not need 99 chocobo flies. Hold on, let me actually pay more attention to what I'm buying. Okay, these appear to all be lures, so we should be good. Looks like we now have all of the bait from the merchants in Eorzea. Awesome. Then I'm gonna go and stick these all in my chocobo bag and chocobo saddle bag and meet you over at the Forgotten Springs. Alright, we've arrived at the Forgotten Springs, so now we just need to find Ugoramuli. Hello! So I'm looking for a desert catfish. How did you catch one? Friend of Toctix, you say? Sure, Dunefish my fair share of desert catfish. Never eat them though, know that much. Only ever use them as sandworm bait. The thought of eating desert catfish hadn't occurred to me until the goblin devoured it before my eyes. Still wouldn't touch them myself. Different fish for different folk, as they say. No problem fishing them out, though. Can even tell you how it's done. Just comes down to the right bait in the right place. Nothing to it, really. Easy as dropping a line with some sand leeches at the fishing hole east of Bayergod Strike near the Amalja encampment. Not the same as sea fishing here in the dunes, mind you. Real test of your reel out there. Trick is to hold on when it flails. Only takes one to make a day's haul. Good hunting. Alright, thank you so much for the info. So, desert catfish can be caught literally straight out of the sands to the far east of the Sigoli Desert. I believe we are specifically looking for this little inlet right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and hike across the desert and meet you there. Okay, wasn't that long of a trek. Helps that we got a mount speed increase recently from the main story for this area. And yeah, just a big pit with sand down at the bottom. So then, let's see, can we catch ourselves a sand leech? Alright, let's just go ahead and cast and see what we catch. Alright, first hook's gonna give us a Storm Rider. Not quite what we're looking for, but I'll keep fishing and let you know what else we catch. Caught ourselves a dustfish. Caught a Storm Rider, which we can then mooch. Let's see what we get from mooching a Storm Rider. This is not going to get us what we're actually looking for, but since we're in the area, we might as well work on finishing out this fishing hole as much as we can. And from the Storm Rider, we're gonna mooch up. Got ourselves a Dune Manta, nice. Caught an antlion slug. Still not the fish we're looking for, but hey, we're getting that fishing hole filled out. Caught a sand bream, another new fish. Still not what we're looking for. What is our luck today? There we go, there's our desert catfish. That took a while. But since we're already here, I am figuring, let's go ahead and see if we can... Wrong, we're at Segoli Dunes. Let's see if we can go ahead and finish out more of this fishing log. Do I actually want to do this at this particular moment? Because I'm looking at that fish right here. This one we're not getting. There's no way we can get it right now. But I'm looking at this fish and... I actually might want to save it. Yeah, I think I'm going to save that fish for another time. In that case, we've technically completed this fishing hole for the time being. Nice. Then with that, it's back to Limsa Lominsa to deliver the desert catfish to Toctix. Hello there, Toctix. I return with your desert catfish. Psh, shkol. Fishbringer find tasty fresh fish cat in Sandylands for friendly friend Toctix. Friend did indeed find desert catfish. I can't do Gobby speak. I'm so sorry, Gobby. Gobby friend. Psh, shkol. Toctix is Thanksgiving to Fishbringer for lip-smacking fish cat. Fish cat nose strings make for strengthful satchel strands. Nice, that is actually a good thing to know. Toctix trade tongue flaps with Lingsath for fancy cooking a fish cat in Bismarck. Lingsath only fancy cooks after shoplock because of strengthful fish cat odor. Fishbringer makes Toctix one happy gobby. Alright, well I'm glad you got your fish. We got a new fishing rod which looks to actually be an improvement over what we have. Interesting. And the angler's hat would be an improvement. In that case, yeah, I'm gonna grab the angler's hat. Alright, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my gear's all up to date. Do I need to pull stuff off of my... Do I need to pull the material off before I can change over? Probably. But I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my gear's all up to date, and then I will meet you out in the field for some fishing to take care of our... I think we're on level 35 fishing holes for today. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and eat some food as we're heading out towards our first fishing hole for... Well, technically second, but our first fishing hole for the day. Just to make sure I've actually eaten some food, because I've been really, really bad about that, especially with crafters and gatherers lately. And I am very much wanting to fix that. But for our first fishing hole for the day, we're going to be heading out to the west of Aleport here in western Lenosia, heading past Camp Skull Valley and through the South Tide Gate into Sahagin territory, because we are fishing up here at Halfstone. Okay, so this could get a little bit on the dangerous side, but we've got our sneak on, and we're level 50, so enemies below level 40 should leave us alone, I want to say, and I think we're going to be safe. Unless particular fates pop up. I know of a few fates that are over level 40, but... Okay, honestly, I'm not entirely confident that we're not going to... Oh dear, never mind, I was wrong. I thought these enemies were a little bit lower level than they are. Okay, let's just go ahead and stealth sneak around. And here we go. This should be the half-stone fishing hole. We're going to be using spoon worms, and let's just see what we get. Our first fish is a sea pickle. Next up, we've got ourselves a white lip oyster. And for the next fish, we're going to want to switch over to a sinking minnow, I believe. Do we have one? We have 3. Beautiful. Alright, sinking minnow, what do you get for us? And we got ourselves a balloon fish. All of the rest of the fish we've already caught in other locations. So that is it for Halfstone. Next up, where are we going? Alright, for our next destination on the fishing log. We're going to be heading through Upper Lenosia past Memroon's trading post. And we're going to make our way all the way north, up Thalos, and into Outer Lenosia, in order to find our next fishing hole. It's gonna be a little bit of a trek, but hopefully it won't take us too long to get there. And we are taking the slightly safer route. There's a maybe faster but more dangerous route if we go from the east side of Upper Lenosia, but oh well. It would run us right through high-level kobolds, so let's not do that. Alright, and our destination here is going to be over at Camp Overlook, I believe. So it's just up here, down the path, and down into Camp Overlook. And they'll even have a nice little pier there for us to go fishing off of. As for what bait we're going to be using, I believe we're going to start with a wildfowl fly. I don't know if there's anything in particular we'll catch out of that that's new, but it will at least get us something so we can get started on our fishing log. Yeah, I'm just going to drop down here. I'll come into Camp Overlook the back way. Hello there. And let's go fishing. Wildfowl fly, what are you gonna catch for us? First fish is nothing new, a bony tongue, but it will let us look at the fishing log. And what do we have? Quite a few new fish. Let me see if I can identify which ones we don't have. This one looks like it prefers the sinking minnow, so let me make sure we have that on, and we'll go and try and hook that up. Alright, caught ourselves a giant bass. For the next fish, we're going to be switching back to the wildfowl fly. Alright, caught ourselves a bronze lake trout. Nice. The last 2 fish we're going to go ahead and save for another time, another trip to this area. For the next fishing hole, I'm going to meet you back at Memroon's trading post, and we're going to do something interesting. Alright, over here at Memroon's trading post, there is a ferry we can take. Hello there. Where are you going to take us? For 40 gil, we're going to sail all the way across Bronze Lake, the giant lake the Upper and Outer Lenosia surround, to end up on the east side of Upper Lenosia. All the way over on the east side. Alright, our fishing hole here is going to be up to the north. It's going to be this area right over here. So let's get hiking on up there. And I don't think there will be any new fish. We just need to mark it off of our list. But I'm pretty sure this fishing hole is going to have the exact same fish as Northwest Bronze Lake, because this is going to be Northeast Bronze Lake. So let's just catch our first fish and then make our way off to Eastern Lenosia for the last two fishing holes here in Lenosia before we sail out across the sea. Alright, what are we getting? What are we getting? We caught a giant bass. And, yep, as expected, it's exactly the same fish. Alright, let's go ahead and put that away and start hiking out to Eastern Lenosia, which thankfully we are actually fairly close to now. Just follow the path off to the east from here, and then we have a path down to Eastern Lenosia. And yeah, since we haven't been on this path in the main story yet, we will be soon, but we haven't been there yet. I'll make sure to show the full path. We're just gonna head east through this narrow canyon with lots of destroyed buildings. Oof. Wreckage from the Calamity, I assume. Ah, that is a beautiful sunrise. Even in video games, sunrises are impressive. Too bad we actually can't see the sun itself, but oh well, the atmospheric effects are enough. Alright, arriving down here in Eastern Lenosia. We are on the west half of Eastern Lenosia. So we just want to make our way all the way south to the Raincatcher Gully docks, around where our ninja quests happen. And then we can take a ferry from there over towards the eastern half of Eastern Lenosia, where Costa del Sol is. And then both of our fishing holes should be right next to each other, actually, which is very convenient. Okay, let me see. What baits would work well? Looks like a honeyworm would be a good idea to start with for our first fishing hole. Oh, get back on the path. And off to the Hidden Falls. Alright. Honeyworms, where are you? I think that's a honeyworm. There we go. And now if we just head a little off to the east, drop off the cliff to where Curious Gorge and the Warrior quests are, we can go fishing! Alright, honeyworm, what are you catching us? First fish? Is going to be a spotted puffer. I don't believe that is new, unfortunately, but we do have it on our list now. And it looks like there are 2 fish we can catch right now, so let's see. First one likes honeyworms. It likes stem borers even more. Do we have those? I believe we do. Here we go, stem borers. See what you can catch us. Alright, caught ourselves a discus, the first of 2 fish we can catch here. For the next one, we're going to want a wildfowl fly, I believe. I was incorrect. It was actually a snurble fly that it likes the most, but we don't have snurble flies at the moment. Looks like the next best that we do have is a glowworm. Alright, and caught ourselves a kobold puffer. Very nice. That was the other fish we needed to catch. So next up, we're going to be heading just a little bit to the east, only very slightly to the east. And we're going to go ahead and fish right here with, yeah, let's just use another... Actually, I'm not sure what would be good here. Let's start with a sinking minnow. I think that's pretty good in salt water. And see what we catch. All right, our first fish over here is going to be a harbor herring, which is nothing new, but we did get the entry onto our fishing log. So we are missing the second fish. Let's see. You need to mooch a harbor herring for that. Okay, in that case... I'm seeing people are reporting a 100% success rate with floating minnows, so let's pull one of those out and see how that goes. Floating minnow. There you are. We will use our floating minnow, use patience, and try and catch ourselves that second fish. Alright, caught a moochable harbor herring. And will we get what we're looking for out of this? After this, we have, I think, one or two more to catch. Alright, caught ourselves an ogre barracuda. Very good. Alright. Ooh, we can mooch this ogre barracuda. What is that gonna give us? I'm looking at what fish this will give us. I think I've made a horrible mistake. Oh no. Oh, we might be in a bit of trouble here. This is a big fish. Oops. I mean, technically we can catch big fish now. We are high enough level, but we probably shouldn't be going for the big fish. This is a post-game fish. Oops. But we caught a Maslium marlin. Hi. Yeah, this is... I'm holding on to this. This is for the, level 50 fishing quest. Oops. That's funny. That's really funny. We'll catch another one for the level 50 quest. Don't worry, I'm not going to just cheese it. Well, I mean... Would it be cheesing it? Oh well. Okay, so for that last fish we need to catch, I think it looks like krill cage feeders are the best bait. Oh, that's really funny though that we caught one of the first technically post-game fish. Okay, krill cage feeder. Let's go ahead and toss you out. But yeah, when you see triple exclamation mark on a hook like that, that's a big fish. That is a, quote, big, unquote, fish. Those are the fish that are intended to be like your post-game fish that you catch while you are waiting for the next expansion. That they add regularly between, with each major patch. Those are the post-game fish. And it's very funny that I caught that on accident. Okay, let's see. Can we catch the last thing here? Alright, there we are. Caught ourselves a red coral. And I believe that's all the fishing we have to do here in Lanosia for the time being. Just to double check our fishing log for the North Bloodshore. Yep, we are golden. So next up, we're going to be setting sail for Thanalin. Alright, we have three fishing holes down here in southern Thanalin. Three that I maybe could have done while we were here earlier, but oh well, we were on the quest, so I didn't want to waste too much time with fishing holes. Our first fishing hole is going to be down here in Zanharak, in the high-level Amalja territory. Yeah, this actually could be bad. So let's hope we get lucky. So we want to sneak our way into Zanharak, past all the Amalja. Hi. Okay, let's just go around, not in their line of sight, far from the tortoise so it doesn't see us. They've got guards. They, of course, have guards. Their guards are a high enough level that my sneak won't work. Well, nothing for it. Charge! It worked! They didn't see us. How? How did they not see us? Is sneak not... I thought sneak was only if they are 10 levels in difference from you. Let me check that. Up to 4 levels higher than you. Okay, I completely misremembered that then. Okay, that is good to know. Right, Zanharak's fishing hole is right here. We're gonna start off with sinking minnow and see what we catch. It looks like there's a couple of new fish, but we should already have about half of them. Let's just hope no, we're good. Up to 4 levels above me, it said. They're not gonna see us, they're not gonna kill us, we're safe. Alright, caught ourselves a mud crab, and what do we want to catch? The 4th on our list. Yep, I figured I didn't have that one. Sinking minnow is good. Looks like honeyworm's even better at about 40%. So let's try honeyworms. Alright, caught ourselves a clown loach right off the bat. Nice. Next on our list, I believe, is going to want... Ooh, stem borers are looking pretty good for that next one. So let's do stem borers. Alright, caught ourselves an Ignis snail. One more fish in this hole that we can get for now, and it looks like it likes glowworms. Alright, caught ourselves a Puglathon discus. Nice, that is all the fish for this hole. So where are we going next? There's 2 more fishing holes in the area. Looks like both of them are going to be a good way to the south in the Sagoli Desert, but we're also almost in the Sagoli Desert, so... And both are going to be on the west end. You know what? Forgotten Springs. We're going to head to the Forgotten Springs first. Alright, made it to the Forgotten Springs. I think we can fish in the river here, or we could fish down in the pond over here. Let's fish in the pond, and I'm going to start off with a chocobo fly, just to see what we get. So, here at the Forgotten Springs, what is our first fish going to be? I don't remember how many of these fish on the list that we've already caught, but I want to say we have at least half. Maybe just under half, actually. We'll see in just a few seconds. Alright, caught ourselves a plague fish. And what do we have here? We are missing number 5, which is going to be a big fan of silver spoon lures. Okay, let's do it. Just get that out, attach it to our line, and let's see what we get. Alright, caught ourselves a rope fish immediately. Nice. Okay, next up we've got this one. What's that one gonna like? I'm seeing honeyworms? Yeah, looks like honeyworms are the best bait for this last one. At about, what is that, 30%? 31%. Oh, and the rope fish likes the silver spoon lure with a 80% catch rate just about. Alright, caught that golden loach immediately. Let me just mark that off. And then on to our last fishing hole in Thanolin before we move on to the Shroud. And our last fishing hole is going to be a little bit to the south on the west end of the deserts. So in that case, I'm thinking we're probably going to want to start with sand leeches. But I get the feeling we probably caught basically all the fish here when we are on the east side fishing hole. When we were getting the desert catfish. Okay, sand leech is right there. Let's see what we get. First fish. Gives us a Storm Rider, which we can immediately mooch. Curious what we'll get out of that. We don't have the first fish on this list, which looks like the best bait is apparently freshwater boilies, but only 177 casts with that, so I'm going to assume that's probably people putting in bad data, because usually when it's less than 1,000 people reporting, it's probably not going to be good info. Looks like the sand leech would be our otherwise best bet for that first fish. Alright, caught ourselves a sandfish. And then the last fish we can catch here, we actually need to mooch a sandfish. So I'm gonna be back in a bit when I manage to do that. Oh my goodness, I decided to try the freshwater boilie because that sounded like a prank, but might as well try. And yeah, no, the freshwater boilie actually does work in the sand. This is sand, right? This isn't... Yeah, this is definitely sand and not water. Well, okay then. Alright, got a moochable sandfish, so let's go ahead and catch what we're looking for. 100% catch rate when mooching a sandfish, so we've got this. As long as I don't screw up hitting powerful hook set, which would be very hard to do, but I've done it plenty times. Thank you, muscle memory. Come on. There you are. Now that should be all of the fish in Thanolin, or fishing holes in Thanolin, now that we've caught the Sagoli monkfish. So next up, I'm gonna meet you in the Shroud. Alright, here at South Shroud, we are over at Camp Tranquil, and we have a giant lake that we can fish in. So let's go ahead and start with a searfid basket, and we have a thunderstorm. Oh, God. There are some fish that are only catchable during thunderstorms down here, but I don't think we're at a point where we can go for them. No, we're definitely not, so that actually makes me a bit sad. Our fortuitous timing, foiled by the fact that we are too early in the game to go for those. So instead, we'll just go ahead and cast a searfid basket here at Roots Lake. And our first fish is going to be a bone crayfish. Okay, so let's see. Anything we're missing? We're missing the second and then the last two. Last two we're going to save. And the third one, I said second earlier, didn't I? Seafood basket has a 35% and looks to be the best, so we're gonna keep going with this. Alright, caught ourselves a root skipper. That wasn't too bad. Next up, we're gonna be heading up to Hake Manor. Alright, almost to Hake Manor, down here at Hopeseed Pond. We can go fishing with the Stropers. We're going to want to use a floating minnow to start, and let's see what we catch. I don't think there's going to be much new. There might be one new fish. There's one fish I'm looking at that I don't think I have yet. But we will see. Floating minnow will be good, but chocobo fly might be better for catching that particular fish. Assuming we don't have it yet. Alright, first fish is a mud skipper, and let's check the list. We've got everything. Alright then, next up we're heading on to Hake Manor itself. And we'll see what they have for us over at the Haunted Mansion. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I was pulling up the list. I slipped right off the narrow path. Again, I think we have all of these fish. Still, need to get onto our list, so go ahead and cast. And we are going to catch as our first and possibly only fish here. There we are. Should have used chum. Oh well. Caught ourselves a mud crab. Alright, anything new at Hake Manor? Nope, we're golden. So then, we're not done yet. That is all the fishing holes in the three main areas of Lanosia, Thanolin, and the Black Shroud. We're heading up to the Frozen North now. We got a few fishing holes up there to take care of. As soon as I can get unstuck. Actually, real quick before we head to the Frozen North, it is raining all over the place in the Shroud right now, so I don't want to miss this chance. There is a particular fish that we can only catch here at the Jadeite Flood in New Gridania in the rain. We're going to use a freshwater boilie. We're going to cast right here with chum to maximize our number of casts. And let's go ahead and also, just for fun, pull out our chair and use the sit emote. Okay, so let's see. This fish, I believe, is going to be 2 exclamation marks. So let's just keep casting and hope we catch it before the weather changes at midnight in Eorzean time. Alright, awesome, caught me a rain collar. I'm going to try and actually catch a second one for reasons, and then we'll head up to the Frozen North. Alright, I'm back. I took a little bit of a break just because these fishing episodes can get a bit long, so we wanted to go get some water, stretch, stuff like that. Anyways, to get to the Kurthis Highlands where our last couple of fishing holes are, we're just going to head west out of Falgord Float and off into Kurthis Central Highlands. And once there, we can begin on our last 2 fishing holes for the day. I do wish they did a little bit more to hint to the transition into snow as you went up that path. Because even in the distance, it didn't really look like it was about to start being snowy. Oh well. Alright, our first fishing hole should be this one right here. Let's see. Let's start off with a freshwater boilie and see what we catch. Alright, first fish of the Kurthis Highlands at the Kurthis River. is going to be a crimson trout. All right. Now, let's see, what else do we have to catch? We already have basically all but that second to last one. And that one we're going to need to mooch a striped goby for, which looks like freshwater boilies are one of the best ways to catch those. So, looks like I'm on a mission. Alright, caught a moochable striped goby, and with that, we should be able to catch the fish we're looking for. Let me see. Yeah, it's the only thing that can be caught by mooching here at this fishing hole, so we're definitely gonna get it. Alright, got ourselves a kissing trout. And for the crimson trout, it looks like freshwater boilies work. Also, spinner works, but we don't have a spinner. And wildfowl flies work at about 34% catch rate. Alright, we have one last fishing hole here in the area that we can do for now. And it's going to be... well, we can take the long and safe and somewhat intended way all the way around. Or we can just take the western, shorter, and much more dangerous way. Thankfully, Sneak should keep us completely safe as we take the western, more dangerous way, so we'll just go ahead and do that. And be careful not to anger the nearly level 50 enemies around here. Hee, that could be bad. Definitely don't want to get attacked by them. Okay, but we are going to be heading up here into Danifin Pass. And that will be where our last catching spot, or sorry, our last fishing spot for the day is going to be. I believe we're going to start with honeyworms as our baits. And it looks like there are going to be a few fish that we definitely have not caught yet. I'm seeing... I think it's going to be mostly fish we have caught before, but there's definitely a few we have not. Alright, up and into the cave we go. And the fishing hole should be about... not too far in. I want to say... right here, in fact. Hello there, fishing hole. Okay, so start with honeyworm. And our first fish is going to be... also, just scrolling down to take a look, it looks like there is one fish that can be caught with mooching. Only one fish that can be caught with mooching, so if we can mooch, we're gonna definitely get it. Alright, we caught a blind fish, which is... oh, I didn't mean to release it. Oh well, oops. Blind fish is not new, but good to know. What is new is going to be... really, I would have thought... no, we definitely have not caught that one. Okay, Final Fantasy XIV Angler has a couple fish switched around, that's why. It looks like, yeah, we want to keep going with honeyworm then. Oh yeah, a bunch of these fish are all mixed around on the Angler website. Oops, oh well. Alright, caught our first fish, which is the Abelathian smelt. And then the other fish we need to mooch for. Oh, wait, hang, oh. Yeah, we need a mooch for the other one, so I will be back in a bit. Alright, caught a moochable Abelathian smelt, though I believe we can also make use of striped gobies for this. Both will work. And this should catch us our last fish for the day. Alright, there we are. Cave Charax. Beautiful. Alright, with that, we are caught up on our level 35 fishing. That is all the fishing holes through level 35. So then, next time on Final Fantasy XIV. Side quests! Even better, not just side quests. We're finally doing side quests in Eastern Lenosia. It's time to take care of Costa del Sol at last. I'll see everyone next time for that.